What's going on, guys? So by the title of this video, you already know basically what it is. I did sell the Mustang. I got a offer I really didn't want to refuse on it, and there's a new car I've been wanting to try. I guess it's not really new, but man, the sun's right in my eyes. I hope that's not too bad. But I had fun doing the drag racing thing, and I would obviously just keep wanting to do it, but I've been really interested in doing like autocross or going to like Barber, Atlanta Motorsports, NOLA, places like that, and seeing what I can do out there, because that's what I've really been interested in. So after doing a little bit of research, I found a car that was obviously in my price range, and it was supposed to be one of the best on the markets for doing that. And I looked at, you know, GT350s, a couple Porsches, stuff like that, but the way the market is right now, none of those really fit my price range anymore. So with that being said, I guess I'll show you the car. So this is it. It's a 2019 2SS 1LE Camaro. It's got the 1LE brakes, just like off the ZL1, front and back, 305 tires in the back, 285 in the front. Obviously it has the 1LE spoiler, updated taillights, active exhaust, which is running right now because it's hot in there. The satin black mirrors, matte black wrapped hood, so that can come off if we wanted it to. The bigger splitter. Obviously it's got the new front end, which I really like. The lights aren't on because the parking brake's up, but as most of you know on this channel, we only do manual cars, so it's a 6-speed. Got the new infotainment system, digital dash, heated steering wheel, heated and cooled Recaro seats. Open the door. So as you can see, this is just a little bit of an upgrade from the Mustang, I think. So as you can see, I personally think it's a little bit of an upgrade. I'm still gonna swear up and down I'm not a Chevy guy. The only cars I would ever consider from Chevy are obviously a 1LE Camaro. I really wanted a ZL1, I'll be honest. Whenever I first started looking, they were barely in my price range. I could find a used one with like 20,000 miles or so on it, and it was right there pushing it, but I could have made it work. With the market the way it is right now, the ZL1 just wasn't gonna happen. The prices went up on everything to, you know, $10,000 over what I was trying to pay. So I went with the next best option, which granted on like autocross or something, this would probably be a little better, less traction issues and stuff like that. I don't know how many of you remember, but my brother did have the ZL1 1LE, and that's what really made me want this car. After driving it, I just hadn't driven anything like it. And, you know, obviously I work at a car lot, so I drive a lot of stuff, but I just hadn't felt anything that drove quite like the 1LE Camaros. I did really want a C7 Z06 as well, but obviously market, they went, you know, 20 grand over what they used to be, so that just wasn't feasible at the moment. And like I said, I'm still not a Chevy guy, but I've always, since the LT motor came out, I've always wanted a heads cam LT motor, just because I absolutely love the way they sound. So that's probably going to be the plan for this. You know, with the Mustang, I was originally planning on twin turboing it, but you know, with the market the way it is, I got an offer I couldn't refuse, and I let it go. But with this one, I think I want to stay more NA, so it can be more track focused. Now that's not to say I'm still going to do roll racing. I'm actually looking for a drag pack for it. I'll see what I can do dig racing, but obviously it's still going to be a roll race car because that's what we majority have around here. But I don't want to mess with the suspension or anything because I wanted to keep the track performance that the 1LE was meant to have. So with that being said, it's actually stock. The only thing on it is a K&N intake that was on it when I bought it. I did pick it up used. This is 2019. It had about 21,000 miles when I got it. I actually drove from here in Mobile, Alabama, all the way to a place called Hutto, Texas. I'll put it on the screen. It was about a 10-hour drive. We did that in one day. We left, I say one day, it was actually almost 3. We left Monday night at 9, drove all through the night, slept for about 3 hours in a hotel right inside Texas, finished the drive the next day, picked it up, and then I drove all the way back Tuesday and got home about 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. So it was a trek to get it, but I had to do it on my day off, obviously. So that's what we did. But I'll show you the K&N intake and a little things I say I've done. I hadn't really done much, but here you go. So this is the K&N intake. I know obviously a lot of people recommend the big gulp or the Rotofab or something like that, but this is what was already on it, so I'm probably just gonna leave that for now. It did have this installed at the dealer. I got the build sheet for it, so that's pretty cool. I know it normally has Camaro covers right here. I pulled those off. I'm actually probably gonna pull this off and these plastic shields and just see what everything looks like. I'm really not a big fan of the plastic in the engine bay, as you know from the Mustang. I pulled all its plastics out. So I'm gonna pull it all off, see how it looks. If it's ugly, I'll throw some of it back, but I just hadn't finished it. That was just something quick I could pop off in the driveway. So that's what we're looking like right now. Obviously it has the heat extractor. But this is pretty much a good platform to start from. It's basically stock. There's no tune, no exhaust, nothing like that. Right off the bat, I'm probably going to end up doing like a header tune combo, and then that'll give me time to save for the heads cam intake setup I want to do. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for that, and obviously that's a lot of money, so it's going to take some saving. But as far as, you know, a track car goes, I think this was my best bang for the buck. Obviously I work at a Ford dealership, so I've been getting a ton of crap for it, but you know, it is what it is. Some of them like it, some of them don't, but I wanted to do obviously what was best for what I was trying to do, and I think this is what's going to do it. But yeah, this is the new car, and I gotta say, I'll be honest, the main reason I bought this over looking for another Mustang to just mod towards going to the track is solely the transmission. Now, I know most of you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, when I had my black 2017 5.0, I could shift that and it sounded like an automatic. It was great, I didn't have any issues with it. But once I picked up the 2019, when they quote-unquote reworked the MT82 D4, you know, it had a ton of issues. I went through 3 transmissions on stock power because the clutch would lock me out of third and it would grind the synchros. Now, I mean, that's a very well-known Ford issue. I believe there's actually a class action lawsuit on them right now. But that was the main issue I had. You know, I put a $1,800 clutch in, I put a $600 shifter, upgraded the clutch lines, you know, everything I could do to make it perform more properly, and it just didn't want to. And at that point I was tired of it. You know, for a NA car, I really didn't want to have to build a transmission just to get decent shifts out of it. So that was the thing that really pushed me to go ahead and sell it. You know, obviously I like rowing gears, but that particular Mustang just wasn't cutting it for me. Obviously one of my dream cars is still a twin turbo GT350. It's gonna happen eventually, just not right now. This is gonna be the toy for the channel now. And with this car, I mean, the Tremec that's in it, it's a 6-speed. It comes with no lift shift from the factory. I mean, the shifter is so smooth. I could probably show you right here. It's so smooth, you can actually hit it from behind hard enough. So right now, this is 4th. That went straight into 3rd. Like that's how easy it is. And most of you know how the MT82s are, and well, that's not MT82 quality. So with that being said, guys, I think that's going to conclude the video. You can kind of see basically what we got to work with. I'm definitely going to do some stuff to it. I just hadn't decided exactly what yet. If anybody has any recommendations or knows anything, feel free to leave it in the comments. I mean, I do check those pretty regularly. Thanks for watching the video, and stay tuned for the next one.